It's Monday, March 25th, 2024. Let's talk about the news. From Reuters, Russia mourns victims of concert shooting. On Sunday, Russia marked a day of mourning for the victims of an attack on a concert hall on the outskirts of Moscow, during which at least 133 people were killed and more than 150 were injured. Responsibility for the attack has been claimed by the regional wing of the Islamic State extremist group. Details are still being collected and assessed, and the Russian government has said the official death toll will likely continue to rise. But it would seem that 4 gunmen opened fire with automatic weapons at the Crocus City Hall concert venue on Friday of last week, just as people were arriving and taking their seats for a sold-out show. Russian officials say they've caught the 4 gunmen alongside 7 other individuals who may have been involved, that the gunmen seemed to be trying to escape into Ukraine following the attack, and that they believe Ukraine was somehow involved, a claim that Ukrainian leadership denies. U.S. intelligence sources warned of a potential terrorist attack in Moscow 2 weeks earlier, telling U.S. citizens in the city to avoid large crowds. From the New York Times, Biden signs final bill to fund the government, ending shutdown fears. U.S. President Biden signed a $1.2 trillion spending package on Saturday after Congress rushed a series of votes to finalize the legislation, narrowly avoiding a government shutdown. These sorts of last-minute spending bill passages have become common in recent years, in part because of divisions between Democrats and Republicans, but also because of rifts between conventional conservative Republicans and more radical members of their party. Those latter rifts sparked a series of eyebrow-raising announcements over the weekend, including the implementation of the initial steps to oust the Republican House Speaker, brought by a Republican representative, an announcement by the retiring chair of the House China Select Committee, a Republican from Wisconsin, that he would be vacating his seat next month, which will leave House Republicans with a majority of just 1 seat, a decision by another early retiring House Republican to sign a petition circulated by Democrats to force a vote on sending aid to Ukraine on his way out of office, and a statement by the Republican House Oversight and Accountability Chair in which he indicated that his inquiry into the president, through which his party hoped to secure an impeachment, was not going anywhere and would end without a vote. And from Reuters, Somalia secures 99% debt cancellation from Paris Club creditor nations. In mid-March, the Paris Club, a group of countries that issue debt to other countries, announced that they would be canceling 99% of the debt they are owed by Somalia. This cancellation of billions of dollars in debt is the consequence of Somalia completing the Heavily Indebted Poor Countries Initiative, which involved implementing IMF-delineated economic reforms that make it less likely a country receiving debt relief will fall back into extreme debt. This cancellation will reduce Somalia's foreign debt load so that it is equivalent to less than 6% of the country's GDP, compared to the 64% of GDP it was at in late 2018. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com, and you can support this and other related projects like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.